how are you? This is Jilly Bling. So are you ready for a little Easter? Easter this year is April 5th. So I'm going to try to do Easter projects in March. And here's the first one. Wonderful designer paper. Has a little bit of foiling to it. But isn't that sweet? Isn't that fun? And I'm trying to make this as a boy card, because many times you have girl Easter baskets and boy Easter baskets. So isn't that fun? So that's the first project, and I'm using two different designer papers, the stripes and then the flowers, carrots, and they have a white background. Then the next project is this one, two different designer papers, and it has these little stars, foiled of course, and flowers with a balmy blue background. This one, I love it. I love all the flowers. Hello Spring, little chickadee, the new ribbon, part of the ribbon that's in the suite. But isn't that just sweet? I love this. So today, looking at the stamp set called Easter Baskets, it's a wonderful bundle. And the bundle makes this basket. Do you notice how the basket is woven? I have a few tips on that. Easter basket bundle. So today I want to do the two bunnies and the basket and maybe the tulip, because I haven't used the tulip yet. So I have pieces ready to go, parts to go, but I don't quite know how it's going to turn out yet. So that's a product we'll use, and the dies, Easter basket dies. So here's the basket. These little pieces are what's woven in these slits. See the white slits right through there? That's where the grass came from. The daffodils is a standalone die, and these pieces which are on one die for the flower. And on that sample, this one here, you could see that's a separate piece. And then I took a blending brush and put just a hint of color at the bottom of the daffodils to give it a little bit of definition. This one I have it at the top. This one I did daffodil paper, and then I used the blending brush and petal pink just to give it a little bit of color. And the petal pink idea came from here. Okay, and then there's one other die for the background shape. This one, which is branching out. So, branching out. That's it. That's all. Okay. So I have all kinds of stuff here. So this, let me find the catalog that shows, did I put it away? The catalog shows the product suite, which is really cute. There's a lot of things in it. Oh, it's right here. It's like I thought I pulled that out. My drawer is empty. So in the mini catalog on page 35 shows a product suite. This is which catalog it comes from. Mini catalog, January through August. So here you see the product suite, which just means everything on this page. You have one item number 92. And it includes the bundle, this gingham balmy blue ribbon, these little gems, this paper, which we're not using, and then of course the designer paper. And look how many ideas it gives you. If ever you're stumped for what do I do with this, it's really cute, but what do I do? Just copy any one of these, and then afterwards you'll be like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. Look how cute that is with balmy blue, weaving the, I don't know if that's ribbon or just the little slits, weaving it right through. But there's more. There's this page too. Oh, this one they're alternating the colors. But it's a fun suite. Okay, so we'll do that. So I have 3 ribbons here. This one is part of the suite, and that was used on the flowers card right here. Works perfectly. It ties really nice. So probably won't use that. This ribbon matches perfectly, and I kind of want to do something in a girl theme because I did the boy card, the boy basket. So I might use that, but then this is still available. This is called Fluffy Trim, and it came out for Christmas. But when you look at that, isn't that kind of bunny-like? I think so. So I kind of want to put it on the card, but I'm not quite sure yet. Like, where do we put it? I like this side, not so much that side. But somehow I want to use this. Or that. I don't know. Then these are the gems. These are called Easter Assortment. There's an Easter egg, there's a balmy blue disc, and a yellow disc. And I used the one Easter egg on the bow, on the boy card. I think it just kind of adds a nice little touch. Even though it's a boy card and I have a pink egg on there, it still works just fine because this is definitely boy eggs, boy bunny, boy ruffle. It's all leaning toward boy. Well, that's the intent. Girls like blue too. Okay, keep that nearby. And here's the papers. The ruler came in handy, so I'll show you about that. This is for doing grass, tulips, Stampin. Here's the paper, and it is called Easter Joy 12 by 12 paper. So on the projects, the samples, you've already seen 4 of the designs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's this page, which is 5, and the 5th page is this paper right here. If you flip it upside down, it has the cutest ever little eggs on it. Let me see, I could show you. That's going to be our basket paper. Look how cute that is. It's so hard to use the other side, especially when it's foiled like that. And I think that the die cuts out a lot of these too. But it'd be easy enough to hand cut them. But it's really perfect for the basket. Okay, so there's the 6 sheets of that. This I want to do something with it, but I'm just not quite sure what yet. Of course, a card front. But I had to figure out something good to do with this. This is the glimmer paper, Peaceful Garden. I used this piece for the boy basket. And this I want to use for the girl basket. And it comes as part of the suite, and it's in 3 colors. There's, I think that's Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Pool Party. I really wanted to use the Pool Party, but the card, the bundle is all about balmy blue, so this really doesn't work. So that's why there's glimmer paper. I think that's it. That's it. Okay, let's get started. Here's the paper pieces. And Shy Shamrock is one of the colors in the suite, and I'm really loving Shy Shamrock. I don't know why it took me so long to kind of discover it and start using it, but I think my past few projects I've been focusing on using the ink colors that are going away because I have a lot of it, but I really like it. But I'm in quite the spring mood anyhow, so it all works out well. Okay. Have that. Let's see what else we have here. What all is here in this pile? That's a basket. Let's do the basket. It's on top. We could do that. Maybe. We'll be using a lot of these pieces. Tulip. Bunny Bunny. Be using the branching out. Okay, now where's the basket? Here's the basket. Right on there, just like that. Okay, so I'll cut that out. Okay, and see, remember we were talking about those slits? Look at here. See how there's little slits? And I'll tell you, it's easy to put 2 of them through, but when you go to put 3 of them through, it gets a little snugger. If you try to put 4 of them through, you just have to be really patient. And check this out. This came from right here. What does this look like? I think it looks like a beehive. And I have a few friends who love bees. So if you're coming to class, set these aside because I want to give it to those few friends that just love bees. Okay, so set aside right there. and we'll use this. Okay, what else do we have here? And my heat embossing tweezers come in handy, so I'm going to keep those nearby. So this I'm going to cut out on the ruffle and the bow. Just trying to make this one girly. So I'm going to cut those out. Those are right here. Look how cute that is already. That's definitely girly. Okay, this is for doing the bunnies. Let's stamp the bunnies. It's funny because when Warren does a mess in his diaper, I don't know why, but my mom, when my kids were little, she says, don't call it poop or anything like that. She goes, that just sounds terrible. And I'm like, yeah, it does. She goes, one of my friends, they called it bunnies. You put bunnies in your diaper. I'm like, oh. So we started doing that. We kind of passed it on to Warren. It's like, what do you have in your diaper? Do you have bunnies in there? He's like, yeah. He goes, and he pats his bottom. It's like, oh, okay. Anyhow, that's TMI. There's one. And a second one. Upside down. This paper is a little bit snug for this, but I'm fine with trimming it if I get a flat spot. Just like that, we're good. Okay. I have more paper out. Let me keep this open. Okay, so I'm going to cut out these. Oh, I set them off to the side. Here's one. Let's cut out some tulips, I think. And here's the other one. And look how perfectly they fit. There, and here. So I'm going to do 2 bunnies on the outside and 2 on the inside. So I have 3 of them colored, and we'll color this last one together. So I'm thinking 2 kind of white bunnies and 2 gray ones, but they all have a white cotton tail. That could go over here in our pile of stuff done. Here's the tulip. I want to do a couple of those. Oh, carrots too. I was trying to think of what would these bunnies be holding. And I'm thinking they're going to be holding tulips and carrots. Okay. Some carrots. That should do it. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the tulip and carrot. Okay, so I'm going to cut out 2 and then 3 carrots. Look how cute they turned out. What's interesting is this stamp set, the outline is a little bit bolder than I would expect, but I like it. I think it kind of makes the image stand out good and strong. And carrots, I have right here. I try to do them different colors. Just a little bit different. So this crumb cake paper is for this die right here. We're like, what is that? Could be a picket fence, but it's going to be slots for the Easter basket. And you could do this in any color. You could do it in lots of colors. So we'll use only half of them, but I'm going to cut that out. That's right here. We'll just use 3 of them, and I think it makes 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It makes 8 of them. We won't use all of them. And then, do you hear Bo having dog mares? I'm looking for that scratch paper because I want to cut out some grass. so funny. He just was doing some growling in his dog mare. He doesn't growl in real life. Okay, so I'm going to cut out three pieces of grass. Here's that die. And that die looks nice under, like in front of the basket, like the basket is sitting in the yard, or it looks great inside the basket, like you have that plastic grass. I'm going to cut out 3 of those. Okay, we're getting there. It's like, how much more is here? Okay, so there are 2 white and 2 shamrock papers, and that is for the branching out die. So 2 green, 2 white. That's this die. Okay. Phew, that's lots of little pieces, but it's so cute. So let's put these designer paper pieces on. See, that's cute too, but it's not foiled, so I like the other one better. So the paper cut sizes are in the video description, and these panels, the long narrow panels, this one, I cut it to 2 inches by 5 1/4, so that just leaves a little bit of room where the fold is. But when you open up the card completely, see how there's just a little gap of shamrock? If I did it so that there was an equal 1/8 inch all around, there would be a really big gap right in here, and that doesn't, there'd be this much of a gap in there, and that doesn't look so good. And this makes good use of the paper. Okay, so I have a story to tell you. So you know how we love baby Warren, and we get him Monday through Friday while the kids work. So the kids started last month, hey, let's do date night, which I think is very important for any couple or any people living together. Tony and I started doing it when we were dropping off Warren Fridays at Michaela's work. So Evan and Michaela have been doing it, and they said, we're gonna go skiing. And if you're a mom of my age, you're probably in your head, you already know. Tony and I, we both didn't say anything. We're like, oh, okay, well, have a good time. But you know what we were thinking in our head, right? I know what I was thinking in my head. Evan had never been skiing before. Michaela had a few times. Evan got hurt. And they stopped here because we're right on the way home from the ski slope. And we're like, you need to get in and be seen. And he's waiting for an MRI, but it doesn't look very good. Poor guy. So he's in a splint, and he has crutches. He can't put any weight on it, can't drive because it's his right knee. So my heart goes out to him. I hope he gets in soon, so at least we know what it is. And you know how Tony's been through knees and hips and all kinds of things. So Tony called his orthopedic and said, you need to take my boy and get him in quick. So we're hoping he gets the phone call to get the MRI. Okay, so I'm using balmy blue and a blending brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of color on both this inside and outside paper. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. First of all, it's kind of fun, looks good, colors match, but it just makes everything that you put on this paper stand out better, because just about everything has a little white edge. And even, like, see how this is kind of cloud-like, not all that smooth? That's okay, because there's going to be so much on here. Okay, I will do this one, but let me show you that one and this one. So I'm just taking the pile of stuff, and if you had basket, that, the slats won't make a difference. So this is underneath it, and you add a bunny. Okay, get these out of the way. Then on the one that you do the balmy blue swoosh of color. How about in the ear, the hair? Ooh, that is kind of cute. Look how sweet that is. Okay, so which one looks better? I'm looking at what you see. This, from what you see, it looks a little bit darker in person, but see how this is just a little bit more lifelike? Not that I really want them to be that lifelike, but I think it just looks a lot better. Okay, carry on. Carry on. More blending brush. So Tony, instead of doing errands today with Warren, they're going out to see Dad, because Dad can't hardly get up other than to go to the bathroom. And he definitely can't be holding the little one. And Tony's bringing him Iceman. And anyone who has had like knee or elbow or shoulder or any surgery or replacement, you probably know what Iceman is. It's just, it looks like a small thermos. You put cold water in it with ice, and it has a paddle, and the paddle is soft, flexible, plastic, and the paddle circulates like in a pattern, cold water through it, like super cold water through it. So they're bringing them that and a whole bunch of ice. Okay. Let's see, I have ideas for words on here. These could stick on because there's no stamping on these shamrock panels. There's a little smudgy, I don't know what that is. It's probably from my embossing plates. Oh, and note, I need to put a note on this project, is if you have any fancy, this is my note reminder, any fancy plates for your Big Shot, like if you have a magnetic one or the one that doesn't warp, any of that, you really need to use the Stampin' Up! Platform, shim, and 2 clear plates, because that makes a good, solid, tight cut. If you don't do that, this paper here, it doesn't cut very well, even if you go forward and backward and forward and backward. Speaking from experience. Okay, so I'm going to attach these shamrock papers. I'm going to start with the inside paper because that's easier to get square in the middle, just because it's one piece of designer paper I'm looking at, where this it's cut into 2, but if I take this, get it right in the middle, I'm looking at side, side, top, bottom, they're all equal, that's where it will go. Okay, then let's attach this one. So I'll put adhesive on this side, because we want it on just on half. Adhesive just on half, because it kind of pops open. And right there along the edge. So I have the adhesive right here. And I have the adhesive on here. So it's going to stick to this panel. Right there on top of that one, looking at the bottom. This adhesive is so strong that if I put it on a little bit crooked, I don't think I can get it back up. Okay, look at that. We have the card base done. What? Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's build it. So on the front, well, should it be on the front or should I put the Easter basket on the inside? Well, I guess I can get it started and then see which one is going to be front. Because if I put it on the inside, this could be way over off to the side. I had a plan. I think I put it on my phone, laid out. All of my pictures are baby or Stampin'. Where's my plan? Here's my plan. Here's my plan. So, but see, I didn't make it cute yet. So if this is on the inside, this bunny, I have him hiding in here in the grass, but look how his little arms are. That's really cute. So his arms could be hanging over, Oh, and I want to get some Shy Shamrock ink on here with a blending brush, because when you look at it like this, cute, but if you do the blending brush, it's better. Did you notice that on the tulip one or the daffodil? It's not that noticeable, but I put blending brush right here in the center of each of the little leaves. Look how cute those leaves are. I didn't stick them down. I could put dimensionals under them. And look at these little tulip or daffodils, how they're 2 parts. There's a smaller part underneath there. And I did glue dot at the top, a glue dot roll all up so it would have a little thickness. And then I did liquid glue down here. But on these I put blending brush down at the bottom of them. It's not really obvious, but somehow I think it makes it better, so let's do that really fast. Just at the bottom. I'm trying to leave the top just a little bit lighter. Like that's fresh green grass. Okay, I would put it on here, but if there's any wet ink, it'll probably transfer to my nice white paper. Just doing the bottom. Another thing is it's Michaela and Evan's anniversary this next upcoming weekend in a few days, and every year they go to this if I say a lookout cabin, you're like, okay, a cabin, know what that is. Lookout, think about a lookout tower, and somebody built something that high and they turned it into a B&B, not a B&B, into a rental. That's where they go every year. But they're always into hiking. And that's another thing that they like to do is go out hiking, but that probably won't be happening. We don't even know if they can go, because I don't think that Evan he can't climb stairs. He can hardly get around. Yeah. Okay, back to where we were. This is gonna go in here. I'm just gonna set it here for now. And then this can go at the bottom. And the tulips, I had to do a little more coloring. Tulip, that's really cute. And another tulip. And then this one can be over here. And the bunnies. This goes on this one. Or maybe this one could go over there. Did you see the little pink in the ears? So cute. And this one can go here. Aren't they cute? We have to color this one. Let's do the coloring. This one is colored. It's supposed to be a white bunny. So it just has some smoky slate little accents on it. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to take smoky slate light and just go around areas that might have shadows in them. And you can see I'm not being all that particular at all. And then a little, I'll show you what that means here in just a minute. On the tail, so it looks like it's curly. A little bit of shadow under the arm, a little shadow over here. Maybe I could make some pink on his tummy. If it turns out cute, I'll do it on the other one. Okay. I'm going to use blending brush now to soften those edges. Do the ears too. Then I'm going to color their nose. Their nose is so small you can hardly tell, but just a little bit of bubble bath. And I'll leave the tail with the swoosh, 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 the curls, without doing color lifter just because I want it to remain looking like little curls. I'll hold it up again here in just a minute. Nothing fancy. See the tail? Just a little bit of swish, swish, swish. Okay, so for the ears, I'll do them Bubble Bath Light. This one I did Bubble Bath Dark and Bubble Bath Light. This one just gets a little bit of Bubble Bath Light. And the nose. Should I do the tummy? Maybe just a little bit. And then I'll blend it till it's almost gone. I could do the cheeks too. Yeah, I'm getting a little crazy. Yeah, a little crazy. But I'll try to blend it out so it's not so pink cheeks, not like that. So it's almost gone. Sometimes when you do the color lifter, you have to do what you think you need to do and then just leave it alone. Let the moisture from the ink, did I do the back? Yeah. Dry. But look how soft it's going to get. Once the moisture is gone, like this one, the moisture is gone more than that one. But look how soft it is. Look at the little pink. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, this one gets it too. This one, this is a little girl blushing. That's what's going on. And a little bit on the tummy. Okay. See how that looks when it kind of dries. I think this one turned out just fine. Oh, and another thing is if ever you stamp on the back, oops, didn't turn out very good, then stamp on this side. When you're coloring with the blends, particularly light colors, like I did the pink, and then when I did the color lifter, because there's so much moisture from the pens on there, it's like I could see through to the back side and I could see dark lines that I don't want. Once it dries, they kind of disappear. Like you can't see them at all right now, but if I were to do color lifter again or bubble bath again, it's not that it makes the paper translucent, but you can kind of see through it until it dries. Then it's just fine. So if you're aware of that, don't freak out. It's all good. Look how cute this one is. The pink is just a little bit darker. Oh, so cute. Okay, so the plan here, and these ones are carrying carrots. Maybe like that. I don't want it to get in the way of the bunny cuteness. And here, maybe. And then this one can be, oh, over here. See, they're offering carrots, this one needs coloring, carrots of love. That's bunny language, love language. How about these colors? So that is poppy and pumpkin pie. So I'll do the pumpkin pie. Oh, and then of course shy shamrock. Pumpkin pie, or I'm sorry, poppy parade, dark. I tried it in light, and it just looked too pink. And then this is pumpkin pie dark. Just for like a little bit of a shadow and like a deep red carrot. You know, one time I was on a plane going somewhere and there's this guy that sat next to me and we started talking and I'm like, well, what do you do? And he said, oh, carrots. And I'm like diamond? Like what you talking about? He goes, no, carrots. You know, like in the garden. I said, you do carrots. That's your job? He goes, yeah. He goes, here, do you want to see? And he pulled out all these pictures of carrots. He did carrots. He says, yeah, and we just got in with Costco and they have a variety pack of white carrots, purple carrots, deep red carrots, orange carrots. I'm like, you really do carrots? He goes, yeah, you could genetically change them and morph them together. Dude was into carrots as much as I'm into stamping. I mean, it was his world. And I'm like, that's really interesting. He just kept going on, and I didn't stop him or anything. But it was very interesting. Anyhow, so that's what I know about carrots. Okay, so I think this needs to be the inside. Just because if you're going to write something, you need room to write. And on here, I have my little thing says the For You. That could hang maybe from the tag. And then the Happy Easter, ooh, does it fit? The Happy Easter could go right here. And then they're inside and they're saying, here's a carrot for you. I'm wondering if the bunnies should be flopped around just because their ears, well, no, then they won't be facing each other. Maybe. We had to do the basket too. My thoughts are with Evan. Well, this is kind of script-like. Okay, I can't mess up. Ooh, I can hardly see it. It's going to be good though. Okay, and I have a fuzzy on it. Am I going to redo it? No. It's by the, maybe it's right there on the paper now. The For You, I need some little strips. Little strips of white paper, and I'll cut it out like a tag. I have lots of strips of paper. Maybe too many strips of paper, especially white. Do you use white like all the time? I try to use vanilla. For You. This is in that same script. Well, that turned out cute. Okay. You know what would be really cute is if I stamped a whole bunch of flowers. There's that, this one. Like a whole bunch of flowers back behind. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Like back behind here. Like they're standing in a field of flowers. That means I'll have to color them though. Oop, didn't come out good. That would be a bunny tail. We'll go right there. And I'll put these lower. See, the grass can cover it up, I think. I hope. This one could be tall. Oh, I'm going to have to color a lot. Sometimes I get busy stamping and making stuff. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh, I could do that. And then it's like, dang, I have to cut it out or I have to color it. That's okay. We still have to do the basket. I want to do this as a little bit of a flag. So I'm going to use my paper cutter, which is right here below, to cut off this top part. Okay, make it a flag. So do you all know how to do a flag? Where if you cut right here in the middle, I'll cut it and then I'll show you. See right there in the middle? Then go from this tip, the pointy tip, right up to the end of your cut. Should fall off. Now do the same on the other side. Get a flag. I would like to say a perfect flag, but I say it works 95% of the time. And when it doesn't work, it's my fault because I don't cut right to the center. Okay, and this is enough room to tuck underneath the little bow. Like right like that. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, what color am I going to? These, I think they're going to be bubble bath. All of them bubble bath. How is it going to look over the blending brush? I don't know. Bubble bath. Dark on the inside. See, I didn't plan this part. I would have had them half done. I have no more stories either. I have nothing. I have a video of Warren walking in shoes that are a little bit too big. That Auntie Christine and Auntie Kathy are thrifters. They like to go to places and find the best bargains ever. But they send, Christine in particular, sends, that's Tony's sisters, sends him clothes and shoes. And one time Michaela says, you know, from everything that people have given us, we haven't had to buy much at all because people are so generous. Anyhow, I have a video of him walking and kind of clopping, and he realized that if he walks like really hard, he could make a clunking noise, and he was so proud of himself. So Tony says, do a video of Warren clumping his feet and then send it to Christine so she knows how much he likes those shoes. And then have Christine show it to Oma, because Tony was talking with Oma. She's like, well, I want to see pictures. And she doesn't do any social media. Oh, that's right here. Well, I think we have a plan. So Warren, it's a 1 minute. Oh, I had to turn up the volume. And he's so cute.
Come on, walk, walk, walk. Walk, walk, walk. Yeah. Walk, 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 walk. Walk, okay. Come this way. Back this way. Woohoo, Warren.
Okay, so he's going to be just a minute.
Come here. Let me see you do the walking. Get out of bed. Come on. Come here.
Okay, he's going to come walking back.
Do you have Opa's socks? Bring Opa his socks. Walking. Oh, one more sock.
There's Bo with his pillow
Okay,
neck.
come on. Oh, you're going to bring his shoes? Okay.
You gonna bring my shoes and socks? Come here.
Come on, do some noisy walking. Oh, good job.
Come here, bring me my shoe. Right here. No, right over here. I know, it's a big heavy shoe.
Okay, bring Opa his shoe.
Let's see how he likes those shoes. Yeah, little boy is getting big. Okay, really, that's all the stories I have left. No more stories left. See, I'm one of those people, I turn into one of those grandmas. Here, you want to see pictures? I try not to let him get in the way of what we're doing here, but you can fast forward through that. Yeah, but that was about the time that Evan was, guess he was up on the slope, and this morning we asked Michaela, we said, so did he fall at the bottom? And then how did he get to the car? She goes, no, he was on the slope. I'm like, well, how did he get down? And she says he kind of tried to walk, but his skis were off. And she says it was the first time that she left him alone because Michaela knows how to ski. And he's like, no, just go ahead. Go on down. I want to watch you, like, do your thing. Because he's just learning. And so I guess Michaela went down, and she was on the lift, and she yelled to him because he was just sitting there, which is very unlike him. Just to be sitting on the slope, just sitting there. And she says, hey, what are you doing? And she says he didn't answer, but he just did a thumbs down. She's like, oh my gosh. She goes, and I couldn't jump off the ski lift. So she got up to the top and she skied down to him. And he's like, I think I messed up something. His skis were off. And I guess he scooted part of the way, and then he tried to walk down. He says, this isn't good. And that was it. They were there for just a few hours. And they had planned on going into the lodge, having something to eat and drink, and then continuing, doing a little bit more. But that was the end of it. Sigh. Can't wait for him to get an MRI so at least we know, because right now he's just in that splint thing. And I have a picture of him sitting in the wheelchair, waiting. And then I have a picture of him standing up with the splint on that goes from mid-thigh to mid-calf. And he says it feels better if I just keep it in that splint. And he has crutches. There's a little bit more bubble bath. I love bubble bath coloring. Color. Okay, and then the flower centers, how about, we got the orange thing going on. So how about pumpkin pie dark? Just because it's so small. If it's a little bit bigger, I do a lighter color. don't know why I think I needed to do that. Add more. It's already kind of busy. Okay, that's it. That's enough. So on the inside, oh, that's really cute, just like that. I wonder if, how is this bunny? See, I want to put it under his arm. Do I dare? If I come from here and go under, there's a big old cut over there. That's really cute like that. Then I think if I put a dimensional right there and get them right back together, okay, that's cute. I think I need to cut it a little bit more so that the carrot goes up a little bit closer to his chest. Which carrot? This carrot? Okay, that looks good. So just like that. And the carrot will nowhere near, this is a girl bunny. So that's good. I'll just say that's good. Okay, so that's set. So I'm going to put maybe a mini dimensional there and glue it down here and get that in place. Mini dimensional, fits perfectly. A little bit of glue. I want to put that ribbon on too. The pink ribbon, I think the pink ribbon would be really cute somehow. Like even if it's just in the bunny's ears, like a little bow, an Easter bow. When you were a kid, did you dress up for Easter? I have some of the cutest pictures. I dress my kids up for Easter. Okay, now this bunny is going to be holding this one off to the side saying, here's a carrot for you. I don't want it to be on his face. Or should this one be holding, no, because he needs to be holding something. I need to have a plan. Keep in mind, this is a girl bunny. Maybe just underneath here going toward the tail. Okay. It's a good thing I already colored it. Otherwise, trying to color over this cut mark, yikes. And let me see how much white is on the carrot outline. I might make this a little bit less. Otherwise, that's going to be a big white blob right up against Bunny's chest. I'll make this a little bit smaller too. Just getting rid of some of the white outline. That much. Okay. That's cute. I don't want it to cover up Bunny's face though. Just like that. Okay, so dimensional and glue. That was right by Bunny's tail, close to the mouth, just like that. Okay, we have a couple bunnies done. So, yeah, it's a little bit busy, but it's really cute. So I'm going to put glue just at the bottom, kind of bend these upward because I want to tuck the bunny's feet into here. And if I don't do that, I have to take scissors or snips to kind of lift it up a little bit. Because this is the inside. That can go right there. And And I'm fine if it hangs over the edge of the grass, just because this white branching out die is going to go over and sit on top of the shy shamrock. So those little edges will kind of disappear a bit. Okay, just like that. Like that. And okay. So glue at the bottom and dimensionals at the top. And if ever you have an area that didn't stamp very well with your memento pad, I have this little marker, and I'm going to touch up my stamping just a little bit. Oh, I need something to go underneath that cut, that slit, just so it brings it back together. There it is. Yeah, you can hardly tell. So that can go. I want the ear to hang over just a little bit into the shy shamrock branching out die. Okay. And the pen I got from Amazon, Micron Pigma. Just gonna color in where it didn't stamp very well. And that's probably just part of the stamp, but I want it to be a little bit more solid. Yeah, because I kind of did it on this one too. And it's such a fine tip pen, which I really appreciate. Good enough. Okay, that's for the inside. Okay, I think the outside is done. I think. Isn't that sweet? This one has to be stuck down. Well, he's kind of nice when he's flat, and then this one, the ear. Okay, that it could just stay like that. Now put glue just under, maybe just the ear can pop up. Put glue underneath the slit. Because it brings it right back together where I cut through it. Okay. There. That goes on the inside. So at least we got some of it done. I was going to put pink bows in the bunny's ears. We'll see about that. Oh, and I wanted to do that ribbon, the fluffy ribbon. Oh, I wanted to do it under here. Well, oh, you know what would be really cute? Is at Christmas they came out with that velvet paper. And they say you could stamp on it. Because it's like this. Could you imagine a bunny? I really want to use this somehow. Just because it's so bunny-like. And it's current. And I have this much left. Could it go? That's what it's going to be. And I'll have the seam right where the basket is. Okay, so this is where the basket is. Can you tell I didn't really have a plan for this? I thought it was going to go underneath the shamrock piece, but it didn't. Okay, that's good enough. It's not like you're going to be writing on it right there. Okay, tear tape. Right here, like a 1/4 inch in from, oh, not that high. Well, it doesn't matter. The ribbon will cover it. It's like, oh, I don't want that to be seen. Okay. And this one, I'm looking at how far away from the center it is. That's good. Make sure there's no twists. Okay. And then you would think, okay, just put that on with dimensionals, we're set. But the last thing I want is that to lift. So as being cautious there, now it's locked into place. Okay, I'll put this on with dimensionals. That covers it all. I like that. See, I think this is better because if it was under the shamrock paper, you wouldn't see as much of it. It would look maybe like a mistake because it's designer paper, fuzzy. I think this is better. Okay, dimensionals. I'm gonna get big dimensionals. You still have to make that basket. So I'm gonna be a little bit heavier on dimensionals than I normally am. Right along the edges. Okay. That's a little bit heavier on the balmy blue. I'm gonna put it over here. Well, that looks good. Okay, basket time. So the basket, it has slits in it. And at first I was using these tweezers to help pull it through, and that is helpful. But I found that if I use my little ruler, or just anything that you have that's kind of flat, watch this. And I'll tell you, it's good for the first two, and then after that, it just takes work. Look at that. Then, I'm gonna push it up so it's all equal. I'm looking at how much of the slit remains here. That's good. Now this one, it's okay if you're impressed with these two going in. The next one, it'll be a little bit more challenging to weave it. Okay, so there's that one in. And at this point, I just want them to be hanging over the edge because I'll trim them off after I glue the edges down. Okay, so I'm pushing this one down. Okay, so now the bottom slit is about equal to the top little band that goes through. So now to do the weaving, it's just going to be the opposite. So I'll push this up, slide it through, push it down. And if you have any little thing that will act like this ruler, because I know everyone doesn't have this ruler. I'll tell you, this ruler, I love this ruler. My brother gave it to me when he worked at a print shop, because I would always go in and visit him. And he goes, here, you really need this. I'm like, oh, thanks. And it just sat there for the longest time. But now I use it all the time for measuring. I don't know why I like it. I have another one right there that's nice. But this one, there's something special about it. So I'm just going to slide it through here. So it worked out really well. Look at that. Okay, get it in the middle. Okay, now. Yeah. Okay, that worked out better than the first two. Look at that. So if you want to do more layers, go for it. And just a hint of glue here and here. And I'm bending them just to put the glue under there. But the bend isn't going to be seen. So I'm going to let that glue start to set up. Okay. And then after it sets and it's stuck together, I'll trim it off. Isn't that just the cutest? I think it'd be really nice in different colors, or even that shimmery paper. That would be really cute. See, I should have done it in that pink, that bubble bath. Well, then my little ruffle wouldn't stand out so good. Okay, it's looking cute. So now there's one bunny, this one here, that his arms I think are perfect to hang over the edge. Oh, we have grass to put in there too. Let's put the grass in there. Grass will go on this side. Look how cute that paper is. But this set, you can make it whatever you like. If you want just the flowers like that one, that's perfect springtime for any occasion. You could do the basket in different colors, like in deeper hues. Okay, so this is gonna go right here. Oh, you know, what, Elfin? I hear somebody at the door. I will put the picture on my blog, which is jillybling.com, and I'll have pictures of it fully assembled, but you know where it's going. I just hear them walking right now. Okay, so that's gonna go in there. But that's it. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day.